The Academy Awards went down tonight, presenting awards to the best of the best in filmmaking from the past year. However, when there are winners, there are always losers, and some of those losers were unexpected. Very unexpected, actually. And folks over on Twitter were quick to call out Snubs when they saw it. So today on Beyond the Screen, we're going to be listing off some of the biggest snubs of the night. If you haven't checked out our other Oscar vids yet, be sure to do that right after this vid. Alright, let's jump in. Coming in at 10, Christian Bale for Vice. Christian Bale has become renowned for his dramatic transformations from movie to movie. From The Machinist to Batman to The Fighter and now to Vice. He is unrecognizable in each and every role, even more so in Vice, in which he takes on the role of Dick Cheney during the 2000 presidential election, and what follows is his attempt to reshape America. Bale is an incredible actor, and Vice is no exception. His portrayal is frighteningly spot on, and he nails the mannerisms and behaviors of the Republican running mate. People have raved about the film and were quick to call snub when Bale missed out on the best actor win. He's got enough Oscars in my opinion though. Coming in at 9, The Favourite for editing. Bohemian Rhapsody won Best Editing. Let's just let that sink in for a moment. I can't stress enough how subpar that film was, beating out fan favourite The Favourite for the grand prize. The Favourite was, like I keep saying, the best film of the year, and the editing was flawless. It accentuated the jokes and built tension, and flowed seamlessly as Emma Stone was pelted with books. It was a devastating loss for the film, as was the entire night. And honestly, I'm not over it. I won't be over this for a while. I need a moment. In at 8, Avengers Infinity War for visual effects. Now this one enraged me, and a lot of people over on the internet. Infinity War missed out on VFX that instead went to First Man. A great film, but definitely not the one that deserved to win. Avengers Infinity War to most should have taken home the prize, and I couldn't agree more. The film's central baddie was entirely motion capture, and it looked incredible. From the Hulk to Thanos to his little gang called the Black Order, the VFX was groundbreaking and flawless, showing us what's possible in the world of filmmaking with advancements in technology. All I'm saying is, if Endgame doesn't win an Oscar next year, I'm boycotting. I don't know what, I'm just boycotting something. In at 7, First Man for sound design. First Man was an incredible film, but surprisingly went under the radar at this year's Oscars. I mean, when you're up against films such as If Beale Street Could Talk, Green Book, and The Favourite, it's not really a surprise. Yet the one thing First Man truly excelled in was sound design and editing, delivering moments that had audiences gasping and feel like they couldn't quite breathe, creating intense moments of prolonged silences as astronauts walked on the surface of the moon. The sound design managed to create claustrophobia amongst the vastness of space, and with a skill like that there was no doubt that it should have nabbed the prize at the Oscars, yet it lost out to Bohemian Rhapsody. God damn that film. Coming in at 6, Richard E. Grant, Can You Ever Forgive Me? The underdog of the night was Can You Ever Forgive Me, a film which was only recently released, giving audiences not much to go on, except for the fact that Melissa McCarthy was nominated for an Oscar as well as a Razzie for it in the same year. Bizarre. Anyway, Can You Ever Forgive Me follows a celebrity biographer who has fallen out of touch with society and unable to get a job. With this, she turns to deception, abetted by her friend played by Richard E. Grant. The film is ultimately a portrait of loneliness and is both comedic and heartbreaking. And Richard E. Grant as McCarthy's sidekick is incredible. Yet sadly lost out this year's Oscars to Mahershala Ali for Green Book. Deservedly so, yet fans can't help but express their outrage. In at 5, Emma Stone, The Favourite. The first of our stars from The Favourite, Emma Stone, plays Abigail, a former aristocrat who becomes a servant to the frail Queen Anne in 18th century England. During her frail state, her confidant Lady Sarah governs the state in her stead, and with the arrival of Abigail, tensions begin to arise between the Queen and her suitors. Not only is it one of the best films of the past year, but it is also one of my favourite unexpected LGBTQ films. I love unexpected gays. In at 4, Rachel Weisz, The Favourite. Yet another star from The Favourite, which, if it wasn't obvious by now, was my favourite film of the year. Weisz delivers a stellar performance with quick wit and a daring intensity. She alternates so seamlessly between comedic and dramatic, proving that she has the acting chops to nab her an Oscar. Yet, that wasn't the case, and quite honestly, I'm devastated. Her line, "Let's go shoot something," killed me in all the right ways. In at 3, Roma. Now, in a shocking turn of events, Green Book took home the biggest award of the night, beating out the critically acclaimed Roma, a film which tells the story of Cleo, one of 2 domestic workers taking care of 4 children in 1970s Mexico City, is a poignant and moving film with visionary artistry and in many ways otherworldly. It breaks the barriers between language, culture and class, delivering one of the best films of the past few years. Coming in at 2, Viggo Mortensen, Green Book. Green Book follows an African-American pianist embarking on a tour across the Deep South in 1962 and in need of a driver. Enter Viggo, an Italian-American bouncer from the Bronx. The 2 men, who seemingly have nothing in common, soon develop an unexpected and emotional bond. Mortensen was sensational and the bookie's favourite to take home the award. Sadly, however, he missed out, losing out on the award to Rami Malek, who won for Bohemian Rhapsody, a mediocre film at best. And lastly, in at number 1, Glenn Close, The Wife. Now, this is a controversial number 1, and I'm personally over the moon that Olivia Colman won Best Actress for The Favourite. Yet there's a tiny part of me that is torn up inside that Glenn Close has yet to win her first Oscar at the age of 71. The Wife, which took over 10 years to make, stars Glenn Close as the wife of 40 years to an American novelist who is about to win a Nobel Prize for his acclaimed work. Leading up to the event, however, Close's character begins to question everything up to this point, their secrets and betrayals. Glenn Close took home the Best Actress award for her role at this year's Golden Globes, which had everyone believing that perhaps her time was finally here to nab herself an Oscar. Sadly, it didn't happen. I'm not giving up hope yet. Well, there we have it. Did you guys agree with our list? Were there any snubs that we missed? Leave us all your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. If you haven't already, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. We're closing in on 10,000 subscribers. If you want to continue on your Oscar binge, be sure to click on that playlist floating above. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lucy McPhee, and until next time, see you later.